Hi everybody, thanks for joining me today on my channel. My name is Chris with Kristen's Crafts, and today I thought I would do an album share for you. This is one of my 3 albums that I have currently going for my travels when I was a flight attendant. I do want to apologize to all those who have subscribed to my channel and have been around with me for quite a while. Work has just been completely crazy, and life, and you know, you can have the best of intentions, but it takes the priority because it does pay for my scrappy stuff. So anyways, I thought I would touch base and say hi to everybody, miss you all, and then I thought I would at least do this album share so you can get some travel layout ideas for you. So this is a Creative Memories album. It is chocked full. I have 2 other ones with the same cover that are even thicker, and eventually they will have to be broke down because there is way too much in these albums. But until I get done and have kind of more of an order, I'm just leaving them as is. So it starts out with, this was when, this is my class of co-workers when we went through our flight training. These are all the lovely individuals that graduated with me. Pictures of our crew tags for our luggage and our wings, and then they had a champagne and cake celebration for us at our training down in Miami. And here is just my trainers, Amanda and John, and me receiving my wings, which was a proud day, along with my certificate showing that I was a flight attendant. Then here, just pictures, again, a close-up of my wings, one of our planes that I just divided on the plane, a little journaling thing that looks like a passport, and then a photo of me in my uniform. Here's me with my graduation certificate, and just a fun layout. This is just dividing the pages into blocks and then using some ribbon to divide it up. Now you're going to see that I've been working on this album for 10 years probably. I've been gone, so you're going to see a lot of different types of layouts in here because I've gone through several different styles over the last 10 years. And you'll find that even though they're scrapped at different times, they do still all mesh together, and it just is a kind of a compilation of everything. So here I cut out letters with my Cricut and then just stitched them on with some embroidery floss, cut out an airplane in silver. Again, for the windows, I just put some gems on there, wrote a lot of journaling, and again, just a picture. For those who don't know, I had not flown on a plane since high school, and then went and applied for the job. So I've only in my life before getting this job had maybe flown a handful of times to Florida. That was it for my flying experience. And here I was going to become a flight attendant and travel around the world. And I didn't even know if I still really liked flying. So this is a picture of the first airplane I had flown. And I was in my 40s, and I had not flown since I was 18 years old. So, and my daughter, who also flew or ended up getting a job with the airline, had only flown once, and she had done that when she was like 6. So yeah, we were crazy. Here I have just us doing some of our, we have to show that you can open and close the different types of doors. You have to inspect the doors and do what they call a cross check. Shows you how to arm the slides and things like that. So this is just pictures of us during that training. Here we were with practicing our water rescue and entering into the life rafts. Here we were just taking a break using we're joking around using our flight manuals as sun shades, and just, you know, getting the pictures of the palm trees because I hadn't been to Florida since I was in high school. And here's just a picture of us at our in-flight training center down in Miami. This is one of the flight simulators for the pilots. And here is the hotel that we stayed at. We stayed at the Crowne Plaza over by the airport. This page is not hooked in, so I'll have to go back and do that. We all went out as a crew one night to a restaurant called Catch of the Day, and so it's just us, and one of the girls did karaoke. Here we are again, more photos from the Crowne Plaza. Here's where we're all waiting outside for the buses to come and take us over to the in-flight training center. Here is a picture of my crew badge. So it was kind of cool, and my employee badge number was 8445 forever. And if I ever decide to get a tattoo, which I'm not sure about because I have none, one of the girls that I used to fly with did one that was a passport stamp, and she put her flight number inside of it. That is the only thing I've ever seen that I might consider doing, but I haven't gotten brave yet. Here is a picture of my daughter's flight badge as well, and then just using some of Chamel's Go Now Go, and along with some cut aparts I had. I believe these were like from Atlas or one of those collections. We would fly into several different airports. One of the first ones that I went to, we would refuel in Gander. And so this is just a picture of their flight tower and the runway. And if you are ever looking for a cool story about 9/11, go and read about the impact that the Gander Airport did. They are one of the nicest groups of people. They would always give our crews, when we come in, you know, ice cream, and I got a little pin that said Gander on it. But they moved all the international flights in when everything all the traffic shut down on 9/11. And then the residents of Gander helped house a lot of the individuals that were passengers and displaced. So very cool place. Read about it if you have an opportunity. It's a great story. One of the hotels that we would stay at, and this is the first place I stayed, was called the Ramada Inn. This is in Leipzig, Germany. So I have a picture of the sign that they used to have at the front of the building, along with the building. One of their brochures is here, just one of the beverages out of the stocked mini fridge they would have. Here's a picture of it at winter time. And then they would give you the internet codes. So I just took a picture of the internet code. These were bottles of water that they used to have in the room for us. And then I would use that. You could get a router to plug in versus the Wi-Fi, and it would boost your stuff. And then I had one of those Apple Air routers that you could go and it would boost to you as a Wi-Fi. And so this is just me stacking it on the garbage can on another platter with the bottle, trying to hold it all in so it would stay plugged in so I could get a stronger signal to go on Wi-Fi. Here's a picture of the bedroom or the bathroom and my laundry that we would hand wash in the tub and then hang to dry. We would go out for 18 days, and so whatever I had in an 18-inch rollerboard was all I had for the whole trip. And so you would do your laundry in the tub. Here's just the pictures of the room. And then I did grab a key card and the do not disturb sign in here. And then again, another photo of the hotel. Here we have pictures from in the bar, and we used to say that was our debriefing. So after the flight, you would debrief. And so for us, that would usually take place in the hotel bar with, I used to love getting their wings, or they would also have like a really good chicken sandwich that we would get, or they had a caprese salad that I loved. So this is just pictures of the bar in the outside courtyard area by the bar. So they had like a giant chessboard there in the bar area, and we'd all like basically take over. I have a place to fill in for filling in places. We would go for things to do, we would go across the road to the mall that they had there, and it was called the Pondorf Center, and we would go and get, my favorite food was the doner kebab. I missed that. It was so good. Here I just used one of those label makers, the old kind, and spelled it out, and then used my tiny attacher to glue those down. And then we just have the frames of different random pictures of the mall and candid shots of my coworkers at the mall. Here is Coughlin's, which is the grocery store at the mall. This is where I'd go get my food while I was staying there, and my pop and whatever. And so here's their bag, and just photos of like the escalators they would run your shopping carts up, and where you would pay to get out. Along with that, we would always hop the train and go downtown Leipzig, and so I just have some candid shots of the train number, because here's the board with the train number on it, and then a couple of the tickets for paying for going. And then I just put a number 7 because that was the train that we used to ride to go to, we'd hop on at the mall across from the hotel and then ride that down to the main station. Here we have, this is downtown at Leipzig, and so this is the St. Nicholas Church. This is also where I believe it's Beethoven, or is it Mozart? One of the composers is buried down here. But anyways, this is just outside. Here is his, I can't remember offhand if it was Beethoven or Mozart. I think it's Beethoven. I have to look. And I can't read the German to tell. I will find out who it is. But anyways, one of the famous composers is buried at that church. So there's some pictures of the outside of the church and then some of the inside. So here is some more of the outside of the church. And so on my first trip there, several of the experienced coworkers took me around downtown Leipzig so that I could see all the different sites. And then this is, the church is called St. Thomas. And again, was just taking, it's beautiful churches. And so I have a lot of pictures of the indoor and outdoor. And it's, Bach is buried in Leipzig. So this, Johann Bach, and I believe he is buried at St. Thomas. I knew I had one of them wrong. And so then here's more of the inside of the church. And then here I have just a picture of our plane taking off, and then a picture from the air of the Leipzig airport. And then this is more of the pictures of Leipzig, and their airport code was LEJ, and they would pick you up at the plane in the buses. So I have pictures of the buses showing that, and then just the inside of the terminal area. And then when you would land at Leipzig Halle, they would actually land, and then they would taxi across the bridge that went over the highway. And so I have a cool picture of that as well. And then here is, we had gone to one of the Mexican restaurants in Leipzig called the Enchilada. And so I just had pictures of the bar area and some of our food and drinks. Another favorite restaurant we would go to was Vapiano's, and I used to love going there and getting their pizza and the guacamole and things like that, or bruschetta, and again, caprese salad. So this is just some interiors and exteriors of Vapiano's. One of the other places that we would go is called the War of Nations. It's a monument in Leipzig, and on one of the trips that I was there and my daughter was also there, we spent a day off and actually went there. And so this is just pictures, candid photos of the monument, and pictures of my daughter and I during that day. Here is some more photos of Leipzig. This was during one of their, I believe it was their spring festival. And so they just had the flowers and stuff around the fountain. And then they had just like little tables set up in front of one of the museums that were down there. And just had fun walking around. Here is more pictures of one of their festivals. I believe this is still the spring festival, with the little huts that they would sell food out of and souvenirs and things. And then here inside of the train, the main train station, which was also a mall, they had displays in there. And so this is just pictures of their Easter displays. And here is some more of the Easter displays from the downtown mall. And just I love all the bunnies and all that. Every time there was a holiday, they would just do so much stuff. And I have some hidden journaling here. One of the techniques I used was just to divide the picture in half into quadrants, so it's just one photo, but by splitting it, it just kind of highlighted certain areas. And then I also did some stitching with my sewing machine and gold thread. And again, still a lot of things cut out using my Cricut. I need to go back to using that. Here I used one of my metal frames and just stamped out the Christmas market for 2010. And so this would have been the Christmas market in downtown Leipzig, with all of the different little booths, and like here is a little fire burning, and just the Glühwein stands and things. Just a fun time. Here is one of our crews that we were working at Christmas time, and so we took a picture of the whole crew in front of one of the Christmas trees at the airport. And then I used to carry with me this little teeny tiny gold Christmas tree made out of bells, and then a little candle and some battery operated lights. And I would throw them in my room on the top of the TV. So I had a little holiday spirit since I wasn't at home to enjoy my own decorations. And then I would bring a Christmas throw blanket that I'd throw over my bed. So I had a decorated room. This was another night out with the crew. We had all gone to a place called Gestos. It was an old train station that they converted to a restaurant. And so this is just candid photos of the crew members all going out for a dinner together. And then again, more pictures from Christmas. This would have been at the mall that was across the street from the hotel. They had this gorgeous Christmas tree, and then they had all the moving parts and things. And so this was just Santa Claus in an airplane and one of his elves that would fly around the tree. And then they had the moving reindeer down here along with the different elves. And so it was really cute, and I wanted to make sure I saved that as well. Here is some more of the Christmas market. They had the manger. This would have been from downtown at the Christmas market. And then here is another photo of my daughter at the monument. There was actually a cemetery next to the War of Nations monument that we would walk through, and it was just absolutely beautiful. Kind of reminded me of like what you would see at a park. And so we took a lot of pictures in there. It was just a beautiful place to walk around. So as you can see, I do need to move some things around and get them back together where they belong. Like this should be with that other photo. And I just have a doily, some butterflies and birds. Fussy cut her name out of some paper that had letters on it. And then did, this is probably one of the Paige Evans cut files that I backed. This would have been at one of the naval stations where the crews got off and went into the hangar where all their family members were waiting. And it was just always such a cool thing for us as a crew after spending, 12 to up to 20 hours working a flight and helping them get back home, to hear how happy the families were to see them. So that always was a rewarding part of the job. And then here we have one of the service dogs just sleeping under his handler's feet. Then this page is documenting the glamorous side of the airline industry, the garbage that we would have to collect, and thought that was fun. And then this is, I had some additional training for a 777 airplane, and so when I was trained on that, we had gone down to the Pan Am Flight Center down in Florida, and so this is just a picture of the front of the Pan Am building, and in their lobby they had a picture of one of the old Pan Am airplanes that used to fly. So that is it for this album. I will try and film a couple more for you so that you can at least wrap up the month. And then I think on the 31st or 30th, whatever the last day of the month is, I will do a layout share with you of all the layouts that I made. I think I did make 15, which isn't bad, but didn't get as many done as I really wanted to, and was not able to do any of the Build-A-Page this month. Work is still going crazy. I'm still working up to 50, 55 hours a week. But hopefully we're getting in a good place, and I don't know when it's going to end, but we are starting to see light at the end of the tunnel, and so that might be coming sooner. Oh, and then this weekend I didn't work because I went to go see Hamilton in Ohio. I had a coworker who had had surgery and wasn't able to use the tickets, and so she gifted me and my husband her tickets. And so I will be scrapbooking about Hamilton. If you have an opportunity to go see that play, oh my goodness, I loved it. And so that will be on my radar to do coming up as well. So thank you so much for stopping by. And again, I will try, I have 2 more albums that I'll try and film layout shares for, so that at least we'll start end the month on a strong note. Have a great day. We will see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.